All right, guys, here's the task at hand for today. It is Friday. I'm flying out later today for Texas to work. That's a whole nother video, possibly. We'll have to see. But anyways, we got to do a little bit of equipment shuffling. Try to get everything situated before I leave, and got a little bit of rain possibly moving in. So let's hit the road. All right, guys, before we take off and hit the road here, I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of my routine I usually do before I take off. Pretty much every time before I ever take off down the road, I usually make a complete lap all the way around the truck. Always check the tires. I usually give them a kick test. If I got one that I think's a little low, I'll get the gauge out and go that route. Make sure all the lights are working, nothing major's hanging off. All the important stuff still attached and all that goodies and stuff. It kind of depends on where I'm going or what I'm doing or what the truck did the day before. I probably pop the hood and check fluids and look underneath there really good. Every other time, every third time. If I know I got a full day ahead of me, I'll definitely check it. If the truck had a full day the day before, I'll definitely check it. But for example, like today, we're just going about 3-4 miles down the road. We're gonna take our chances and let it ride. So I think we're good to roll. Let's fire this old girl up. All right, guys, first things first, even though we got a short trip, I guess we need to put some fuel in the old girl, so well, let's do that. All right, guys, the liquid gold is flowing into the truck. So I've had a few of you ask how come I fuel all my equipment at the Derby market or put road fuel in some of my equipment. And as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story is, man, Paul Harvey, I don't know if anybody will get the Paul Harvey joke. Let me know if you get the Paul Harvey joke. But anyways, whenever you got invested ownership in the Derby market, it kind of makes sense to buy fuel from yourself. So that's the main reason I buy 90% of my fuel here. Yeah, it's family business. Gotta support the fam, right? How far will 155 and 43 gallons get? Only the green Mack truck knows. Let's hit the road. Well, guys, the rain's already started. Hope it's a quick little shower. If not, we're just gonna get wet together. Let's hit the road. Okay guys, here's the deal about where we're going. So Captain Kleeman dropped the equipment off of this job site, and if you guys follow him on YouTube, if you don't, you should. Captain Kleeman, go check him out. He dropped the truck off in the ditch, he frame locked it, had the county road shut down. He had a big old mess. He ended up getting out of there without really damaging anything other than his pride, which I'll give him credit for on that. But he is convinced that you can knock back this truck into that driveway. And he might be right, but me being who I am, there's only one way to find out if it's reality or not. So we're gonna go try to back this truck in the driveway and see what happens. I was really hoping it wasn't raining so I could get a cool drone shot. I think it'd be a cool drone shot of backing in there, but that's not looking promising right now. It is, it's raining pretty good. But anyways, we'll get down there. I'll get a few cameras set up, and whatever happens, whether I get in the driveway or don't get in the driveway, you guys are gonna see it. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, I just pulled in down here. So there's the truck, there's the driveway. It's hard to show on camera, but I'll have to admit, now that I'm here in person, I'm kind of losing a little bit of confidence in getting it in here. But the road falls off that way, the driveway falls off this way, and it's just two goofy angles. I don't know, it's not gonna stop me from trying. Let's see what happens. One of my biggest concerns, and it's actually the problem Kleeman ran into, is the truck frame locks. And if anybody knows what frame locks is this flexes enough, it interferes with that. So I'm gonna stick you guys underneath here so you can watch and see what happens. How about that, Captain Kleeman? First attempt, one pull up, which the pull-up was kind of planned. Now, small disclaimer, whenever Kleeman backed in here, he was loaded, but I got in the driveway and he didn't, so I'm gonna call that a win. All right, so now we're gonna get loaded. I'll show you guys, I'll tell you what, I got a little bit extra time today. I'll show you guys a little bit about my lowboy. It's wet this morning, and I've got these safety rails. And these things, I got them to where I can store them on the trailer, and they slide down these holes right here. And basically what that does is when it's slick like this and mud or snow or wet, it keeps track equipment from sliding off to one side. I had a dozer slide off the side of this thing one day, and luckily the guy didn't get hurt. But yeah, I figured I better do something about that. So I didn't actually build these. Brandon, Deer Creek Customs, built these for me. I don't use them as much as what I should in the summertime when conditions are good. But anytime we get in adverse conditions, I usually put them in place. I don't think I've actually used them yet, but it's one of those things you really don't want to use. So anyways, let's slide these down into place. All right, guys, there they are. It's just, it's nothing really fancy. All of these are interchangeable. Brandon did an awesome job. So they're not numbered or not nothing. They all fit in different holes. That one that was hard to get out, I haven't had these out in a couple months, and it had a dang rock wedged in there next to it. But other than that, they usually slide in, slide out real easy. But I got 2 cameras out this morning, so I figured this may be a good opportunity to give you guys a good overview of how the tail in the trailer works. First things first, engage PTO. That engages the PTO. That gives the trailer hydraulic pressure. So from there, we'll go back. You got these set of levers right here. So this lever right here, it runs the winch. We don't use that very often. This lever here raises the tail up. So first thing you gotta do is raise the tail up. And it's got 2 transport locks. This is the first transport lock. This unlocks the flip out. Unlocks the little flip out ramp. So I'll move it there so you guys can see it. And then this one is a transport lock for the main dub. Then you flip the ramp all the way out. And there you have it, ready to load. This thing does have a airbag dump on it. I use it occasionally. It's supposed to be a little easier on the tail of the trailer, but when I'm hauling the 850 or something real heavy, I'll use it, but this lighter equipment, I don't get too carried away with it. So, all right, first things first, we got to haul out is the 120. Let's get this old girl loaded. Oh, I've got to get these calves cleaned out. It's driving me crazy. Ain't had time, been too busy making money. Figured I'd give you guys an up close and personal look at my wore out undercarriage there that I do know needs to be replaced. Hoping it makes it through winter, but I normally shovel tracks, but we're not going that far down the road and we're in a guy's yard. I don't want to leave him with a mess, so we're going to sneak this down the road. We'll shovel it out when we get to the next job. And I'm not lying, because look, I got my track shovel. But anyways, we got to chain this down. Let me drag some chains out and I'll kind of go over how I chained it down if anybody's wondering. All right, guys, I went ahead and tied this thing down so it's easier for me to explain. But the first thing you need to know when you're tying down a piece of equipment is how much it weighs. And this track hoe here weighs 30,000 pounds. Now, if it's over 10,000 pounds, you got to have all four corners secured. And if you got any attachments like a boom or a bucket, or if it's articulating, you got to have that secured. So so this thing weighs 30,000 pounds, all right? So you have to have enough chains to equal half the weight. Now this is where it gets confusing. If you hook a chain from here to here and tie down a corner like you're supposed to, you get 50% of the working load to this. So this is a 5/16 chain and a 3/8 boomer, and all the boomers are labeled. I don't know if you can see right there. It's actually upside down. Oh, come on, chain. It's 9,200 pounds. So the boomer is more than the chain. The chain's 5/16. I have to go look at my chart. I think 5/16 chain is like 7,200 pounds, grade 70. Let's just call it 7,000 pounds. So this boomer counts as 3,500 pounds. So you get half of 7,000. So you get 3,500 pounds. So you got 3,500 pounds here, 3,500 pounds there. You get 3,500 here, and you got the same thing on the other side. So 35, that's what, 14,000 pounds? Yeah, that's right. So, all right, so we're still 1,000 pounds short, but we got this chain here that goes up and over the boom. This is what I'm talking about. The boom has to be secured. So it goes from this side up and over all the way back down to the other side. Now, if it does that, you get full working load of the chain. So that one there actually counts as 7,200 pounds. I don't understand why it works that way, but that way it works. So anyways, 14 plus 7 is what? More than 15. So we got our 15,000 pounds covered, so we're good. Now, if you get stopped and one of these links that are in service is bent, or this is bent, or it's loose, guess what? It don't count. Now you don't have proper load securement and you're SOL. One other little trick, and I'm sure a lot of people that truck know this, is I always take my chain, feed it down through the pocket, and come back up and hook on the rail. That way if this chain comes loose or something happens, this don't come unhooked. It stays in there. So quick little brief explanation of the load securement. Let's get this tail loaded up, or folded up, and hit the road. We got the truck in the driveway. Now the question is, can we get the truck out of the driveway? Gotta be easier going out than coming in, right? You'd think so. It's not always that way. Here we go. Excuse me, brush. I'm taking out a tree. Coming through. Alright guys, we're heading down the road. We are getting ready to pull into our drop-off site here. Some of you guys may recognize this place. We've worked here before. It's actually where we did the, 60 by 140 building pad, and we built the 1,000-foot road. They're getting ready to start on the pole barn there. We're going to pop in the septic system. So we're going to get back to that driveway, which isn't the easiest one either. It's not too bad. And get this old girl unloaded. It's always deceiving. That driveway looks a lot harder to back into than the other one, but it's actually way easier. But one thing I forgot to mention, the last one is attaching to the track. There's been a lot of comments on my hauling equipment attaching to the track. Me and Hoover have had this discussion many a times. I think it reads properly secured, and there's nothing that says that the track is not properly secured. So you may check with your local rules, laws, and regulations and all that stuff, but as far as around here, we're legal to change the track. So it's starting to rain again, so I'm going to use a little video editing magic to get this traco unloaded, and bam, and there it is. Man, if I just had a real life magic wand, my life would be so much easier some days. But either way, I'll get that rock off the trailer. That wouldn't look good in the windshield. Anyway, she's off there. I really need to the Poro 850's been sitting here for about a month. It's got another job it needs to go to, but I don't have time to haul it out. So it's just gonna have to stay here in its natural habitat for a little bit longer. We're gonna hit the road and go get the D4G loaded up, because I'm pretty sure the guy don't want it in his yard as a yard ornament. So let's do it. Let's head back down there and see if we can get back to this driveway for a second time. All right, guys, we got her in there once with no major issues, so I guess let's see if we can do a repeat performance and pull it off again. Stakes are a little bit higher this time. If I screw up, I don't have the traco here to get me out of a bind. All I got's the dozer. So let's hope all goes as planned. Well, that actually went pretty smooth that time, except for one of my GoPros quit recording, so I didn't quite cover it as well as I wanted to, but I think I got substantial video evidence that I got in there the first try with no pull-ups, so I think it's official. Dirt Perfect's a better truck driver than Captain Kleeman. I'm sure my time's coming. My ditch I'm gonna hit's probably just right around the corner, but anyways, we got another round of rain coming in. Hoping this girl likes me today. Fires right up. Get it loaded. It's actually going back to the office for now, so I'm not 100% for sure what the next job it's gonna hit is. Slow up in here. Let's get her done. Ah, parking brake. Oh yeah. All right, guys, there she is, all chained down. This dozer here weighs 18.5, somewhere in there, so you can get away with the four corners. But you also have to have the blade tied down, so I kind of cheat. So on the front, I use the blade as one of my corners and kind of double down on that one. Then on the back, I just go to the track. On these tracks, the lower and the straighter of an angle you can get, the better chance you have of keeping your chains tight going down the road. They'll be less likely to work loose. So, anyways, I think that's it. Deck's cleaned off. Let's get this rig out of the driveway. All right, guys, we are out of the driveway. We are chained down. We're good to go. Back to Derby we go to park this rig. Let's hit the road. All right, guys, we have rolled back into the office. That's pretty much gonna be a wrap on this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and cool camera angles and possibly learned a little bit about load securement, or can comment down below and teach me something about load securement. As always, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll catch you on the next one.